Well, hello there. Today we're going to talk about Lesson 66, and Lesson 66 involves ratio problems involving totals. Now, once we get into this, you'll probably recognize it right away, and it won't be too tough, but at first it seems a little weird. Some ratio problems require that we use totals to solve them. And so when we do have to have the total to solve it, then it's kind of nice to know how to set it up. There are probably several ways you could set them up. One way, and here's an example, if there are 100 students and the ratio of boys to girls is 6:4, then how many boys are there? Okay? Now, we would use a ratio box, which we are familiar with, okay? And you have to remember that we are looking for boys. So we set up the ratio box, and you would set it up as ratio and then actual. So the ratio of boys to girls is 6:4, and you want to label that. And then at the bottom here, total. So add up your two ratios and you get a total. 6 plus 4 is 10. Then you don't know how many boys, you don't know how many girls. However, you do know that there are 100 students total. So now you can put your 100 here. Okay? Now, after that, you're familiar with how to solve these because you're looking for boys. So this is your missing variable right there. That's what you're looking for. So you can set it up just like this. 6 boys to 10 total is equal to B boys, we don't know how many, to 100 total. 6 times 10 equals 10 times B, okay? And when you take 6 times 100 equals 10B, you divide both sides by 10, and you end up with 60B, or 60 boys. So your answer is 60 boys. Now, how many girls are there? Well, you don't have to go through all this again. Just simply go over here and take, well, if total number of students is 100, you subtract 60, which you know is right, and you get 40 girls. So that's one really good way to set it up. Makes it pretty easy. Here's another one, just another example that isn't too tough. And I think I would write it down because the thing is that you don't know what the work is if you don't know what the problem started out to be. So it's a good idea to write these down. There's not that many to write down. A shoe store has hiking boots and cowboy boots for sale. The ratio of hiking boots to cowboy boots is 7:3. If there are a total of 210 pairs of boots, how many pairs are cowboy boots? Okay, they have a ratio of 7:3. We're going to set up our ratio box again. Okay. We have hiking boots, we have cowboy boots. Okay, I'll put my line down through the middle. We have the ratio, which is 7:3. To add it, it's 10. The actual, we don't know how many hiking, or we don't know how many cowboy, but we do know total pairs is 210. And if you look over here, we are looking for cowboy boots, so this is the one we're searching for. So 3 is to 10, 10 being the total, 3 being the ratio having to do with cowboy boots. C is cowboy boots, actual number over 210. Well, same thing as we did before. 10 times C equals 3 times 210. Multiply this out, you get 630. Now that you have 630, you need to divide so you get C by itself. So you have 10C divided by 10. Gets rid of the 10, you end up with C equals 630 divided by 10, which you have to do to both sides. And when you divide it, you get an answer of 63. So you have 63 pairs of cowboy boots. To find out the total pairs of hiking boots, you would simply subtract. Take 210, subtract 63, you get 147 pairs of hiking boots. Okay? Not too bad. Not really hard to do. Once you got it set up, you got it in the bag. It's not a difficult thing to do. Okay, now, this is ratios continued. It is the challenge problem for you. Okay? Again, I really highly suggest you try this one because it will give you an example to use on homework and probably on your test that's coming up. What if, this is called the fish problem, okay? Fish in a pond. What if there were 1,320 fish in a pond and the ratio of big fish to little fish is 4 to 11? With this information, compute the number of big fish and little fish in the pond. Draw pictures if you need to. So here's your chart. Okay, here's your chart. You have a ratio box. My guess you would want to put it's the ratio of big fish to little fish. So I'll get you started here. Big fish here, little fish here, and your total. Then you have actual, well, you don't know how many big, so if it were me, I'd put a B, and you don't know how many little, so I'd put an L. But you know there's a total of 1,320. I want you to show your work. I want you to show the ratio setup, and I want you to show your answers. I want to see how you got your answers. Okay? And then down at the bottom here, I've got a blank, and I want to see the blank too, and I want to see the numbers. Well, hope that works for you. Thanks a lot, and you guys have an awesome day.